Lay down.
We got Nash with us.
Lay down, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Lay down. Lay down. Good boy.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hello.
And welcome to, I guess, another episode of...
Our second episode of On the Go with the Joes.
well, it's been multiple episodes because
yeah.
I've been posting
Okay, yeah.
the
But,
travel
like,
stuff.
Our little vlog thing, I guess.
Yeah, our personal vlog, not so much travel. So we wanted to just jump on. I know you're probably all thinking, where have they been? Besides traveling, I know we've been sharing some YouTube stuff. But we launched this whole On the Go with the Joes in, I think it was August, late August, early September of last year to, kind of talk about chronic illness, me having Lyme disease, and of course our struggles with infertility. And we really wanted it to be a space that we could open up about our struggles and share in hopes of, inspiring others or, just making it, I don't know, like not, it's so common. It's not something that should be tucked away or hidden. It's just
Right.
people don't talk about it. So we thought.
There's like a stigma to it. But.
Yeah. And so we launched that and honestly, kind of found it. I had all these visions in my head of like, we could talk about this and we could talk about that. But as we started preparing for those things, it became difficult. And I think it was because throughout an infertility journey, especially, and even chronic illness as well, there's a lot of anger and there's a lot of sickness and illness, and there's a lot of bad days.
A lot of lows.
Yeah.
A lot of lows.
There's a lot of lows. And so I think I was worried. Maybe I was just in my own head, but I expressed to Craig that, like, I don't know how to talk about this. I don't know how to inspire others when there's a lot of negativity. And
the last thing you want to do is, like, let's set up a camera and film how we're sad.
I think it's twofold. Like, one, I'm having a hard time being vulnerable enough because when you're going through something, if you're crying or you're sick or, I'm a former pageant girl, like if I don't have my face on, I don't really want you guys to see me wallowing in bed sick. And when I am going through something like that, Craig's not going to like run grab a cell phone and shove it in my face. Like, that's just not our lifestyle. And so it was difficult just from that standpoint of that was the original vision. I thought maybe was that like we're going to vlog how it is to live like this, but that got hard to do. And then it turned into, a lot of negativity. Like I said, it was twofold. Being vulnerable is hard, and also there's a lot of lows. So nobody really wants to watch that. Nobody wants to see, me in bed for a week sick or agitated about something or angry, because if you struggle with infertility, especially, there's days where you're just angry. You're mad at the world and you don't understand things, and you can try really hard to lean on your faith and trust, but it's been a long road. So we've been trying to get pregnant for 10 years, and we've been married for 10 years. And so I would say maybe 9 years, because the first year we weren't necessarily trying.
Right.
So that's a long time to be dealing with something like that. And you do have days where you're just angry.
Yeah.
And I thought for a while I was okay, and I really was. Until about probably the last year, honestly, maybe a year and a half, is when I really started getting frustrated with the process. And I didn't think it bothered me not being able to have a child. But the past year, it did bother me. And so, anyway, I know I'm kind of rambling, but we just felt like we launched this whole thing about adoption and infertility and Lyme. And then it kind of turned into a travel vlog on YouTube, and we haven't done much posting in the way of infertility or Lyme or adoption. The week after, literally like the week after we launched everything, we suffered a miscarriage, and very early, but
Very early, yeah.
It was the first pregnancy that I've had. So in nearly 10 years, we didn't look at it as...
I was excited, actually. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, this can happen.
It can happen.
Like,
and I think that's how we both looked at it, as that. Like, I know everyone was asking me that knew, like, are you okay? Is it? Yeah, because this means hope, right? Like, this means it's a possibility. We can get pregnant. Holy cow. This hasn't happened in 10 years. So, but we had literally like 2 days before launched this whole follow us on our adoption journey. So you can imagine our shock when this happened, and we just got flipped upside down.
Kind of questioned everything, and, and just had to pray about it, and we were like, what does this mean now? So
Yeah, I think that's, we just we immediately were like, pump the brakes.
Yeah, hold on.
Are we supposed to adopt now? Is this God telling us, like, wait, I have other plans in store? So we talked about it, but we were going into a very busy month. It was like literally the last week of September, I think. So October, I usually spend a bulk of the month in Florida. It's a very busy month. And so I was getting ready to leave like the next day or 2 days later. And so we decided we're just going to lay it down and we'll get through the month of October, get through the holidays with our family, and, you know, just pray about it and see what happens, and we'll go from there, you know. Talk to my doctors. They were excited, you know. They said, oh, wait, okay, so things may be working. So fast forward to January. We're coming out of the crazy busy season of the holidays, and I turned 40 this year, so it was kind of
I turned 40 last October.
So. Yeah, oh man.
Yeah.
You turned 40 in October.
Right when this is happening, kind of.
Yeah, it was kind of a week or two after all this happened. You turned 40, and then I turned 40 in January. So you can imagine, we just had some big milestone years, the holidays, and then the 40th birthdays. So coming into January, I knew it was going to be kind of a busy end to the month because we try to take trips for our birthday. And if you follow us on social media, you saw we went to D.C. for my birthday this year. And while I was in D.C., I tripped, and I'm pretty sure I've got like a stress fracture or some sort of fracture in my foot. So I'm hobbling along, and we decide to go to Florida because of the snow and see my nephews. So we drive down to Florida, play with them for a day or two, and like 2 days in, we have to take Craig to the ER.
I get like, this is the sickest I've ever been, I think.
Yeah.
Like, that put me out.
Since I've known him, it is definitely the sickest he's ever been. So he gets taken to the ER. We spend my 40th birthday, as a matter of fact, the ER for 8 hours.
We had a party planned, and we were supposed to have dinner, and everybody came over. Everybody still came over.
They enjoyed the party. Yeah. But we spent it in the ER while everyone was at home having my birthday party.
Felt terrible on both, like, because
you were sick.
I was sick.
You were sick. Like, he was super sick. So that happened on a Friday. So we spent like 8.5 hours in the ER. Saturday, he's still sick. He's in the bed. We were supposed to leave on Sunday to come home to Nashville, but we stayed, and we were like, we'll come home on Monday. So we drive home on Monday. I get the tickle in my throat, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, he had been diagnosed with strep and severe dehydration, and I just knew. I was like, oh, here it comes. So he was having some side effects to the medicine that they gave him. So I had made a doctor's appointment for him on Tuesday. We go in on Tuesday to the doctor, and of course, I have a follow-up appointment. I now have strep. So we're both sick with strep. It's just a chaotic life. Like, the past few weeks have been crazy. And then come to find out, all in the midst of this, at the same time, we have now potentially had a second loss. So I say all that to say we just wanted to tell you guys that, like, this is where we are. This is life. This is what's happening. I guess this is what we intended by vlogging, is just to share that it's been a wild ride since September when everything launched, and we don't know what we're doing. We don't know.
We just have to pray about it, and we're just looking for guidance, I think, in that prayer.
We don't know. We're supposed to focus now on trying to, maintain a viable pregnancy, but to not have any pregnancies at all in 10 years, and then within 6 months have 2 losses. Very early. Both are very, very early.
But it gives me hope because we were doing some of the things that the doctors were letting us or telling us what to do in order to get pregnant, and they seem to be working. So.
Yeah, and honestly, the thing that changed everything, just so this is something that I'll share with you ladies, but there's this little device called a keg, and that's what I've been using, and they have a 1-year pregnancy guarantee. If you're not pregnant within 1 year of using their device, you can get a full refund. But it's a digital device, and it measures your cervical mucus and things like that. And so that's the thing that changed, and I believe in it 100% because I had been using that device for about 3 or 4 months prior to the first pregnancy. So I'll share more about that in another post because I think that was the key.
I think that's when it started. So.
Yeah. So anyway, as you can tell, I know we're kind of rambling. We don't really know what to do or what to say, but yeah, it's just confusing. I think I'm just really confused. And I'm like, okay, 10 years with nothing, and now 2 and 6 months. And it was right when I thought that we were being led to adopt. And so just keep us in your prayers. Pray for some guidance, and, that we'll have peace of mind and know what to do and where to go next. Because I think that's it. I think we're just, we don't know what to do now.
We're just praying, and
Yeah.
I think it'll. I'm pretty positive that it'll happen, but I just don't know where it's going to turn.
I think too,
I just
if
got to
I'm
put my
being-
faith in the
Yeah.
Lord. And
Well, and if I'm being honest, like I guess, and women will probably resonate with this. I feel like that's mostly who's going to watch this anyway. But like, you just get tired, and I'm tired. And I think I don't want to get like emotional, but turning 40, it's already exponentially more difficult to begin with, and so I don't know. I'm hopeful on one hand, but the other hand, I'm aggravated. If I'm being honest, kind of like, really.
it's probably it's natural. I mean,
And maybe, and please don't come for me in the comments, because I don't know. Until you've dealt with it, you don't know. But I think that's it. Is like, one hand, I'm really hopeful, and I'm like, oh, okay, we can focus on this. But on the other hand, I'm like, but I'm really tired, and I'm really kind of frustrated because it's not like we had losses for 10 years. It's, right when we had our heart set on something else, this happens and confuses me. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel. I'm just a whirlwind of emotions, and I stay busy. Everyone always says I stay busy, and I know that, and so it keeps my mind off of it a lot. And we don't want to just like lay around and dwell on everything. I don't think that serves a purpose, but we did want to share because I know lots of people have been asking, how's the adoption process going, or have you guys started this? And I haven't been able to tell anybody anything because we haven't done anything, and very few people even know. We haven't like advertised it to anyone that we've had the losses. Our family knows, of course, and some close friends. But yeah, I guess
stay tuned.
that's it. Yeah, stay tuned. I just wanted you guys to know that.
We just wanted to update a little bit because we had been a little MIA. So
yeah, we had, like I said, we had people asking. We have family members that were asking, and I don't want to just go into the whole story,
right.
but it's kind of an awkward position. So anyway, we just wanted you guys to know that's what's been going on, whether it be a blessing or, an aggravation or confusion, lots of things happening. So keep us in your thoughts and prayers. We'll continue to update you guys as things change. So you never know what's going to happen. And I guess we'll see y'all next time on The Go with the Joes.